Hello, my name is John Galindo. I go by Sonny. You guys feel free to call me Sonny. I'd like to welcome you all to an exciting new school year. Without further ado, I have a PowerPoint presentation that hopefully will turn the tide on PowerPoint presentations. I'm not a big PowerPoint fan, especially when I'm getting read to, and I'll try not to do that. So without further ado, here we go. First slide. If it ain't broke, it probably met standard. What success looks like and why we'll see it. The part about if it ain't broke, probably met standard, to me that's kind of epitomizing what's wrong with our educational system. We are accepting average as sufficient, and average simply isn't sufficient. Not for you, not for me, not for our students, and we're just not going to accept it. We're going to excel in everything we do. Going to the next slide. This is just kind of a precursor of what you're fixing to see, and they'll make more sense as we go along. Remembering our first taste of education. We all remember what education was to us. Some of it was exciting, some of it was not. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get situated. I know when I was a student, remembering the teachers blah blah blah, and that's why I didn't go on to higher education after high school. Probably wrong of me looking back on it now, but the fact is the fact is. But I do realize now that education is a vital part of our society, and it's a ticket out for a lot of our students, and so we need to take it very, very seriously. My first taste of supervision came as a result of the Texas prison system. I worked there through the 80s and into the early 90s. Unfortunately, I had an encounter with a micromanager, and I swore after that time that I would never be a micromanaging type supervisor, and so that's not who I am, and so you shouldn't expect that from me. Going back to the prison system, I realized while I was there, there were three common denominators that to me the data spoke, and young men were ended up in our prison system as a result of these three common denominators. One was they came from a broken family, which we may or may not think we can do anything about. Another was the fact that there were drugs and alcohol involved at a very early stage in their lives, usually from family members. And then the final deal was they had an average of a third grade education. And so the bullet point that I made on the preceding slide, we need less third graders in the world, speaks to that. These young men needed to be higher educated. Our students need to be higher educated. To me, it's a correlation. If they're going to be higher educated, now maybe the necessity or what they feel is a necessity or dependency on drugs and alcohol isn't that big a deal, because their educational level has got them to attain more in life. The broken family part, the higher educated we can make our students in our society, then they'll make better decisions when it comes to relationships, and so we'll all benefit as a result of that. On the next slide, everyone can learn. I firmly believe that. There's the visual, the auditory, and the tactile. I used to not believe that. That was an awakening I had early in my educational career. I just felt like there were people that could learn and people that couldn't learn. There were the smart, there were the not so smart, and I was wrong. And I admit that now, and I won't make that mistake again. I won't allow anybody to make that mistake. Everybody has the capability to learn. We just need to find out what that capability is, and we need to enhance it. On the report card on the right, to me, this speaks to the story as well. This student obviously has some talent, but obviously there are some talents that have been misdirected or maybe haven't been harvested yet, and so we need to find out, looking at this data, what we can do for the student in order to get them to achieve at a high level, no matter what they're doing. As for you, I promise to allow you to teach. Teaching is a difficult job, just like it says. It's hard work because it's hard work. You guys put your heart and soul into it. It's a passion for you. I know you enjoy coming to work every day. You especially look forward to the first of the year when you get to listen to an administrator talk about how they're going to turn things around, and that's all said in jest. But I'm going to allow you to teach, and I'm going to make sure that that distractions are minimal, and you're going to do what you're best at, and you're going to do what you got into the profession to do, and our students are going to benefit as a result of it. So anything I can do, you guys let me know. Organizing and communicating expectations are a key. I think those are two of my strengths. I like organization. I could always improve in my organizational skills, but I'm not bad. Communicating expectations. I'm big on communication. Things need to be said, not thought. Things need to be passed on. Ideas need to be spread around. We need to be able to talk to each other and come up with the best ideas, because we're all in this thing together on behalf of our students. I like to think of myself as a rational, relational, practical, directional leader, and I'll explain more of those in the coming minutes. On this slide, this kind of says what I'm speaking of. Expectations plus clear communication equals a clear outcome. I firmly believe that. The cartoon, I'm kind of big on sarcasm. It's a joke, so I hope you take it as that and don't take it as serious. Rational. I'd like to think of myself as a rational human being. I understand that rational leaders, like the billboard says, attract and retain their high-quality resources. You are our high-quality resources. You're the ones that we need to go to. You're the ones that need to make this thing work. All my job is to facilitate that. But you guys y'all are the team. And so whatever we can do to make you successful, that's what we're going to do. And I understand that as a rational leader. My relational side, I do have a relational side. Again, the cartoon on the top is sarcasm, and it's just for laughs. Try to keep you interested, but it's pretty funny still. On the bottom, it's a cartoon of a committee meeting, and people are brainstorming and people are throwing ideas out. And this person has an outstanding idea, and so the leader of the team says, "Quick, write it down before you forget it." And that's kind of how I'm going to operate. I'm going to get everybody involved. You're going to take ownership. We're going to get everybody's ideas on board, and whatever happens is going to happen, but it's going to be a consensus undertaking. My practical side, I need to explain this a little bit. The only problem with my dreams is the practical side. Otherwise, it is perfect. All I'm saying there is that there has to be a practical side to our dreams. Otherwise, like I was thinking of when I wrote this, when I created this PowerPoint presentation, somebody had to tell us in 1969 to stop at the moon and not continue on to Mars, because the practical side of us was we simply weren't prepared for Mars, and so the moon was a big deal, and it should have been a big deal, but somebody along the way said, "Nah, not quite yet." And so I kind of feel like that's my job. We're going to achieve a lot of great things, but we're going to have to take the small steps in order to achieve those. Directional side, this is all sarcasm. None of this holds any meaning for me particularly. I'm not going to decide who to blame. I'm not going to give you a big project and without any resources and tell you to impress someone, and I'm not going to give you a maybe as an answer. I'm going to lead you. That's my job. That's why I was hired, and we're going to take the bull by the horn, so to speak, and we're going to move forward. And I'm going to be at the front. So I will pass on our successes, and I will absorb our not so successful ventures. Our lessons that we teach, and you guys know more of this better than I do. We're not here to teach reading, writing, arithmetic. That's what we're getting paid to do. But at the same time, when our kids walk up that stage in the 12th grade and for the final time, we'd like to think that we're sending them out into the world understanding that mistakes are going to be made and regrets are going to be formed, and it's what comes out on the opposite end of that is what the true meaning of education is. And we've all been there. We understand that. A lot of us have life experiences. I have a lot of my own life experiences involving mistakes and regrets, and we all turned out pretty good. So let's look at it that way. Those mistakes and those regrets are seated in our seats in the classroom, and we're going to do our best to turn them into lessons, and we're going to make them understand that those are lessons as well. You guys were all students, and so you understand where I'm coming from on that. You had somebody take a chance on you, and so we're going to be those chance takers, and we're going to have those young people make us proud, I'm sure. Playing within the rules. This simply speaks to our system of education as it stands right now. We all know that there's reasons to gripe. We all know that the standardized testing gets in the way of quote unquote teaching. We all know that we're too caught up on attendance ratings and disciplinary issues and dropout rates, but those are the rules, and so we're going to play within the rules, and we're going to do our very best to come out on top when people are keeping score. But at the same time, let's go back to the previous comments we made on life. It's okay to teach life, and it's okay to pass on our experiences. The way I look at it, a student, there's a direct correlation. If a student is successful in class and a student is successful with one of your challenging lessons, that's all correlated with what life is going to hand them. It's not going to be easy. There's going to be mistakes made, just as we said, and so they need to understand that. And we can still teach within the rules, the standardized testing and so on, but we can also pass on some of our own anecdotes and remedies as well, and I hope that we would do that. Every day get better day. I really believe that. The quote on the left, it never gets easier, you just get better. I think that's a teacher in a nutshell. It's not going to get easier. I'm not going to sit there and tell you I'm going to make it easy. I don't think I have the power to make it easy, but I think I have the inclination and the power to make everybody better. I feel like that's one of my strengths. I have to reflect and introspect on myself a lot of times during the week. What did I do to get better today, or what can I do to get better today going forward? And I think that we all need to apply that. If we decide we're going to be better teachers, we decide we're going to be better sons, better daughters, better parents, better colleagues, and we pass that on to our school children, then I think we're in for some good times ahead. The other quote, hardships often prepare ordinary people for extraordinary destiny. I firmly believe that. I think the hardships that our children are going to face, the hardships that we faced, prepared us as ordinary people for extraordinary destinies, and that's to be a teacher, and that's to be an educator, and that's to make everybody else better around us and give instead of receive. And so that's a big deal with me. I appreciate your attention. I'll leave it with this. Principal's office, please wait to be yelled at. Again, sarcasm involved, but I hope I haven't been too boring, and I really appreciate your attention and your interest, and my door's always open, as the saying goes, and I'll stick around to meet a few of you, and I'll look forward to the new year. Thank you very much.